Welcome to the Custom Health Center 60-day weight loss program. This is going to be the first day of the rest of your life. Even though it's a 60-day weight loss program, this is a complete lifestyle change, and it's going to improve so many different areas in your life. It's going to improve your energy, it's going to improve your mood, it's going to improve your hormones, it's going to improve so many different things inside of your body that you're going to notice the next time you go to the doctors. Not to mention the amount of sleep that's going to be improved as well. You're going to notice that you're going to have energy to exercise, you're going to have energy to go do things that you weren't able to do before, and I cannot express to you how excited we are at the Custom Health Centers to walk with you throughout this journey. Your first 2 days on the program are going to be your load phase day. I want you to go ahead and start taking all of your supplements day one of your first load phase day. I want you to also make sure that you're eating plenty of food in these first 2 days. So that means eating a big breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't worry about counting calories or eliminating carbohydrates. I want you to focus on trying to limit the amount of processed foods and sugars that you intake. But again, these are the only 2 days that you're allowed to do this. I just don't want you to set yourself too far in a hole. It is very common to experience about a 2 to 3, sometimes even a 5-pound gain after the first 2 days. Don't be alarmed. This is a very superficial weight. This is either water or waste and will come off in the first 48 hours when you start the program, plus whatever you lose in fat. All right, so let's talk about some symptoms that you might experience in the first week on the program. Some of those things might include headaches, low energy, and hunger. And I want to tell you that all of those things will improve upon the 5th or 6th day on the program. You'll start to notice that your headaches go away, your hunger will improve, as well as your energy will definitely improve on the program. And this is important to know that how good your first 2 load phase days are will limit how much of these symptoms you'll have in the first week. That's why I mentioned not to really load up on sugar and junk food, because those are the things that are going to create some of those symptoms or make them worse in the first week. Day 3, the first day of your lose phase. There's one thing I want to talk about in your lose phase that's very, very important. We're going to make sure we eat all of our solid foods within an 8-hour window each day. So that means your proteins, your veggies, your fruits, and your nuts and seeds, which we'll talk about in a second, those are all going to be within 8 hours. So when you eat your first solid food, that means you need to be done eating 8 hours from that point. So let's talk about the most important part on that shopping list, and that is the fats. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for you to eat all of the fat that you can per day. So for women, we're giving you that range of 5 to 8 tablespoons per day, and for men, 7 to 10. I'm going to tell you right now, make it easy on yourself and go for the full 8 tablespoon or 10 tablespoon amount each day. This is going to avoid any lack of energy you have, any hunger, and it's going to prevent as many weight loss plateaus as possible. Next on the list is proteins. We're giving you the range for women of 4 to 6 ounces of protein twice per day, and for men, 6 to 8 ounces of protein 2 times per day. So that means you're going to get 6 ounces or 8 ounces at lunch and 6 or 8 ounces of protein at dinner. And as you can see, in that box on your shopping list are all the approved proteins that you're allowed to have. I'm going to strongly encourage you to buy organic, grass-fed, wild-caught, or cage-free protein. This is going to make sure that your diet is as clean as possible and that you're avoiding any toxins or obesogens that might be found in restaurants or other types of meats that you could buy. Down at the bottom of the list is dairy. We're giving you the precaution of waiting until day 30 to have dairy, and the reason being is sometimes people that eat dairy before day 30 can experience slower weight loss. I want you to avoid any kind of slow weight loss, especially when you start off, so let's just hold off on that until day 30. Keep in mind, if you do happen to have any of those items within the first 30 days, nothing's going to be ruined. You're going to still be fine, but let's try to limit it as much as possible in the first 30. Next on the list are your vegetables. Now, this is where you're gonna be making up for a lot of your snacking. Within your 8 hours, you can have an unlimited amount of these approved vegetables per day. So if you're ever feeling hungry, reach for one of those. It's a great option to snack on. Next on the list is fruits. We're giving you the option of having 2 servings of fruit per day. We count 4 ounces of berries or 1 Granny Smith apple as a serving of fruit. Now, don't feel like you have to get your fruits in every single day, because there are some situations where we have to remove the fruits in order to work through plateaus, and more often than not, it's because somebody isn't getting enough fat. So I tell people, you like your fruits, get your fats. Next on the list is nuts and seeds. Now, we're gonna limit the nuts and seeds to a 1/4 cup per day. Now, with that 1/4 cup of nuts per day, you can count that towards 1 of your tablespoons of fat each day. So that's a great way to get that extra tablespoon of fat while you're looking for something to snack on, as long as it's within your 8-hour window, of course. The next thing I wanna talk about are sweeteners. I really want you to focus on only using either stevia or monk fruit to sweeten your foods and beverages while on the program. If you find something that has erythritol or xylitol in it, that's okay, but just try to minimize the amount of xylitol or erythritol that you're ingesting each day. That moves us on to seasonings and herbs. I want you to try to focus on using apple cider vinegar over balsamic vinegar, especially in the first 30 days. And of course, any of those seasonings and herbs that you see are great options to cook with, since we're not going to be cooking with sauce. Let's move on to fermented foods. Things like kimchi, sauerkraut, and fermented veggies are great things to add into your daily routine to get some live cultures and other benefits of fermented foods. But don't feel like you have to have those every single day either. Lastly on the list are beverages. The first thing you're going to see is unsweetened almond milk and unsweetened coconut milk. I'm not limiting the amount of unsweetened almond or coconut milk that you can have each day. Those are great options to use instead of a custom coffee in the morning, or to actually sweeten your custom coffee with instead of a creamer. You can also, of course, use coffee. I would prefer you to do organic, but if you have a Keurig, a K-Cup is fine. Also, I want you to work on trying to get close to half your body weight in ounces of water per day. And if you can't get that much in a day, and if it feels like an insurmountable amount, just try to work on adding more and more every day. Now, you can count water that has lemon juice in it, lime juice in it, the stevia drops, also your carbonated waters like your LaCroix, Bubbly, and Pellegrinos that have no sugar added. Lastly on the list is tea. As long as it's unsweetened, you can have that, but don't count that towards your water intake per day. So, flipping a few pages ahead in your journal, you're going to notice that we have trackers in there. A couple things that I want you to focus on every day when you track. First and foremost, I want you to track somewhere on that page the amount of fats that you ingest every day. This is going to help your coaches determine how to coach you when you come in every day. Other things, I want you to track what proteins you had and how much of those as well. The other thing you're going to notice is a small box to track your ounces of water. We mentioned this earlier about trying to get half your body weight in ounces of water per day. This is incredibly important because our body runs on water. It uses water to burn fat. It uses water to support our joints, to support our mental health, an endless list of things. So if you feel like you can't get to half your body weight in ounces of water, just try to focus on incorporating or increasing that every single day. Another part on the tracker that you're going to notice is your weight. As you're going to read in the journal, we want you to try to weigh yourself every single day, especially in the morning, preferably without clothes on and after you've voided your bowels. This is important because this is going to allow you to see what happened the day before with the foods that you ate. Here's the other thing that I want to mention though. If you're somebody that is going to obsess over the fluctuations that are completely normal each and every day, then I don't want you to focus on weighing yourself every single day. Instead, every 3 or 4 days. You're going to notice from day to day that your body could fluctuate an entire pound in water weight, which it will happen because we're having you drink a lot of water, which is healthy because we need to rehydrate your body. And you're eating a lot of protein too, which is also going to count towards your weight. And I'm here to tell you that if your body weight fluctuates from day to day, it's totally normal and fine, and your body will lose weight in chunks. So if you are obsessing or getting really anxious and worried about the fluctuations in your weight each day, just give it 3 or 4 days and it will correct itself. And if it doesn't, give myself or one of the health coaches a call and we'll help you work through that. All right, so we've given you a lot of information today, and I want to encourage you to keep us in your back pocket. If you have any questions or if you feel overwhelmed, give us a call. We're here to help, and we're going to be with you throughout this entire journey. Keep in mind that this is going to be a lifestyle change, so there are going to be some challenges here in the first 30 days. And I just encourage you to find a routine and work with your health coaches to figure out something that's going to work for you. And I want to encourage you that many people are doing this and finding that it's very easy and sustainable, and they're reaping the benefits of this every single day. So I wish you the best of luck on your weight loss journey.